The average quarterback throws around 23 passing touchdowns in a season. Patrick Mahomes throws about 37. This makes Patrick about 60% better than the average quarterback. But is a statistic like this enough to define if Mahomes is already the best quarterback we have ever seen? To answer this question, we will work through each of our 5 athlete categories to ultimately score Mahomes out of 10 and see where he lands on the ATHLT scoreboard. In very simplified terms, as the quarterback, when Mahomes gets the ball, he has to choose to do one of 3 things: to run with, hand off, or pass the ball. Each of these 3 options require their own set of technical skills to execute. When it comes to running the ball, we looked at the percentage of successful runs a quarterback has completed in their careers so far. This is not a well-defined term, so we considered a run as successful if on any first down play the ball gains at least 40% of the yards needed for a new set of downs. So we can see here that Mahomes isn't actually that high, but it's important to note that different teams and quarterbacks have different strategies and focuses. Mahomes is not known for being a running quarterback, so we need to expand on this to the other elements we mentioned earlier, passing and handoffs. To do this, we can check his official passer rating. This is a composite number that combines passing statistics such as completion efficiency, yards per attempt, touchdown passes, and interception avoidance into one figure. The maximum possible score here is 158.3. Mahomes' career passing rating is 102.1, ranking 2nd of all time. There is not much else to say here other than this stat being just exceptional. Mahomes can pass and create plays, and he's really good at it. Just to close this out, we can take a quick look at his win rate. Mahomes to date has a win percentage of around 80%. This is one of the highest win rates in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is an incredibly apt NFL player. He's a master of handling an NFL ball and playing the quarterback position. From what we can see, technically, he's probably near perfect here to be honest. His score's a 9.5. American football is a brutal sport. Each play is really just a high-stakes collision on repeat, so you need to be tough. There are a lot of elements here to consider, but let's start with some general speed and power. Mahomes' 40-yard dash time is 4.8 seconds, which makes him better than about 55% of other quarterbacks. His vertical jump sits at 30 inches, which makes him better than about 33% of other quarterbacks. His standing jump from a stationary position is about 9 feet and 6 inches, which makes him about 68% better than other quarterbacks. Overall here, it shows that Mahomes is kind of average to be honest. He's not particularly fast, nor is he able to generate much power. But let's dive a bit deeper here. Let's consider his agility and change of direction capability by looking at his 3-cone drill time and 20-yard shuttle time. He clocks in at 6.88 seconds for the 3-cone drill and 4.0 seconds for the shuttle run. These results make him better than about 90% of his peers. So effectively, Mahomes is extremely mobile, and we can see this mobility in real play very well. We can expand on this by looking at his sack rate, which is effectively how often he is tackled. Mahomes has been sacked only 184 times over his career, averaging just over 20 sacks per season. The data here just shows that he is hard to catch, further proving the point that he has excellent mobility. So Mahomes is not necessarily the toughest NFL player or quarterback, but clearly has his strengths and he definitely knows what they are and uses them to his advantage. He gets an 8 here. To test an athlete's mental capability, we need to consider how they perform under pressure. The NFL playoffs would generally be considered the highest stake games that most NFL athletes will ever play. Remember Mahomes' average passer rating of 102.1 from earlier in the video? But when we looked at his passer rating in just playoff games, he shoots up to 107.4. This is the highest in NFL playoff history. Some players get better and some people get worse, but Mahomes excels under pressure. In 21 playoff games, he has thrown 39 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions, demonstrating exceptional decision-making in high-stakes situations. Arguably, the quarterback is possibly the most challenging position on the team. They need to make decisions while reading the opposing team's defense and at the same time as reading their own team's attacking position. So there are a lot of metrics we could label to determine an NFL player's decision-making efficiency. We did this and came up with a composite rating by considering completion percentage, interception rate, expected points per dropback, and an adjusted quarterback rating. The numbers here show that Mahomes' head is completely in the game. He combines exceptional mental acumen with strong reads, making difficult decisions quickly. He scores a 9.5 here. Since becoming the Chiefs starter in 2018, Mahomes has led the team to at least the AFC Championship game in each season he has played. We put together a few of his stats to give an overall year-by-year performance analysis. So there are a few key takeaways here. Firstly, in his first season as a starter, he threw 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns, joining Peyton Manning as the only quarterback to achieve 50,000 plus yards and 50 plus touchdowns in a single season. Secondly, overall, his statistics are insane, with multiple seasons exceeding 4,000 passing yards and 35 touchdowns. Now thirdly, on a more negative note, he actually seems to be trending down, with his most recent 2024 season showing his stats aligning him away from the best and more within the top 20 to 30% of quarterbacks. Overall, Mahomes has had an incredible career so far, but there are signs of slowdown, so he still has to prove that he can really keep up an elite level of play like other players have in the past. He scores a solid 7.5 here. Mahomes' triumphs to date are remarkable. He has won 3 Super Bowls, earned Super Bowl MVP honors in each. He's a 2-time NFL MVP, and he holds the record for most wins in an NFL player's first 100 games. Honestly, given his age, the fact that he's achieved all this is already crazy. There are still some achievements to pull together here to reach the same level of triumphs that the other greats in the sport have achieved, but the thing is, Mahomes has time, and also Mahomes has had a head start. Arguably, none of the other American football greats have had such a strong early to mid-career. I mean, Tom Brady won 4 of his Super Bowls after the age of 30, and Patrick is only 29. Overall, only time will tell where Mahomes end up, but for now, his achievements earn him a solid 8. Patrick Mahomes is one of the most accurate passers in the NFL. He's a leader and game manager who can dodge and evade well, and he knows exactly when to throw and when to run. His style of play is pretty much dream quarterback material. With all scores considered, this gives Mahomes a total athlete score of 8.5, putting him here on the Athletic scoreboard. So is Mahomes the best quarterback we have ever seen? Well, actually, relative to others at this age and at this point in his career, he genuinely might be. While there are still some elements he needs to work through to truly be classified as a great, his current trajectory suggests he may just challenge the greats in the long run. Anyways, if you are a fan of other American sports legends, we have also made videos on Steph Curry and Serena Williams, which should pop up on the screen now. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to sack that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell notification so we can keep scoring athletes. I'm also interested to hear your thoughts, so be sure to leave some comments as well. Anyways, thanks for watching team. Catch you at the next one.